Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. It's me Anil and we are in the series of online food ordering website using ASP.NET. In previous video, that is part number 11, add to cart. In that we have seen from menu page how we can add a particular item to a cart. Okay, and then we have displayed what we have added the item in the cart in add to cart page. And in today's video, that is the continuation part of the previous one. Okay, that is add to cart part 2. So in this video, we're going to add the remaining functionalities of add to cart, update the cart quantity, proceed to checkout, and we're going to display here the number also. The cart count means how many items are present in the cart, so it will going to display here the numbers, total numbers. Okay, item numbers that will going to implement here. So let's start it. Close this. Okay, one more thing, like we will going to implement removing cart items from the cart. Okay, so first we'll going to implement that. Okay, so in design part of the cart, we have already taken the command name as well as the command argument uh, for removing the item from the cart. So on that button event, I think we have taken link button. Yeah, we have taken the here link button. In command argument, we have passed the product ID. So based on this, like we'll come to know for which product ID we need to remove from the cart. Okay, so from here, we have here given the command name also as remove. So we're going to use that command name and going to implement our like uh, removing the item from the cart. Okay, but before that, we'll take a we'll create a new function and util class like we have created in previous video. You can see in util class. Let's open that first. Yeah, it's in connection. The page name is connection. Okay, and there is a two class in that, the connection class and util class. So in util class we have created a function in previous video, that is update cart quantity. Now we're going to create another function here just after this. So let's create it here function public int cart count. It will going to take here one parameter of type integer, that is user ID. So here we're going to copy the common code. This one, copy, paste. We want only user ID as a parameter here. After that, like we're going to take here SQL data adapter. Okay, we don't have SQL data adapter in your top. So we'll to take that. As well, we don't have data table also. I don't think so it will going to use in some other function. So let's create object here itself. sda.fill dt. Now this will going to return dt.rows.count. It will going to return a data of type integer. Okay. Now we're going to use this function in our card page. So here we're going to use that function that just we have created, that is card count. So first we're going to use the reference of that util class, that we need to create an object. Now here we need to check if the command name is removed. That means we are going to implement the remove item from the card, right? So we need to check that if the command name is equals to remove, then we need to implement that delete operation for that card item. Okay. So we're going to paste that code that we just copied there. So here we don't need this the quantity part. So we're going to remove it. We want the user ID, but we are going to get it from the session user session, that is this one. So let's copy this, paste it here, and for product ID we are going to get it from the command argument, key dot command argument, and like this operation is for delete. So we have action name called delete. Now after that we need to execute that. So we need to take here the try catch block, so that we have taken here, I think. So we will use this one, not this one. I think we have done that in connection page, that is in util class we have already done here, this one. So we'll copy this part, copy, and paste it after this store procedure. Remove this part, select from here, and here we don't want this namespace because we can directly access this response.write. So after this, like, we need to take your function that we just created in the util class, that is get card count, get card items, not that this function that we have created at the initial here, get cart items. So we are calling that, means after deleting an item from the cart, we need to update the cart items, right? So this function is responsible for displaying the list of items present in cart. So it will go to refresh the cart items. Okay, so then we need to get the cart items count. So for that, we're going to use the that function that we executed. So for that, we'll going to store that cart count in the session. Uh, the name here, you have to take cart count. So here we're going to take that function. We need to call that function with the help of object of util class utils dot get card count. Card count. In bracket we need to pass the session of user ID. So this uh, session ID, but first we need to convert it into integer, because we here if the value it takes, that is of type integer. If you hover on it, you can see the ID, user ID takes is of type integer. So that's why we need to first convert the value to integer. In that we need to pass that the session ID of user ID, value of user ID. Okay. Okay. Now let's run and see here. Let's log in first. Okay. So we're going to remove the first item from the cart. This one. Click on it. If you click on cancel, it will not do anything. Okay, let's click on OK. So now the item gets deleted, you can see, and the page gets replaced with the latest cart item. Okay, so we have only one cart item right now here. Let's click on continue to add more items. So we'll have now two items in cart. Let's see. Okay, so we have here one breakpoint, so that's why it's not moving forward. So let's remove it. Continue. Now the item has added successfully in your cart. You can see cart item has been updated now. We want to display the cart count here in the this just above the cart icon. Okay, so for that, like, we need to open the master page of user, because we are working on user module. Okay, so let's open Visual Studio. User master. So we have the cart icon here, that SVG used for that cart icon. Okay, so let's minimize this SVG. Just below, after this SVG, press enter. Here we're going to add some code for that. So for that, we're going to take here one span tag. In that, we're going to use the response dot write. So for that, we have to take open angular bracket, percent symbol, then response dot write In that, we need to take our session name. Session, the name of session, that is card count, right? So okay, we need to give a space, is better. Now we need save this and refresh our page in browser. Close this one. Can see here as displays display one. Okay, but we need to give here some styling to it. Class batch DG batch rounded fill, background warning. Let's give margin to the bottom of 4. Save it. Now refresh. Okay, so now it's perfect. But can see here we have two cart items. Two different items is there in the cart, but it displayed only one. Count is one. So let's go on continue shopping. That is our menu page, and let's click on here again. Okay, let's log out and log in again. But at this time we didn't get that card count. Why so? Let's check it. Okay, why? Because we have used that. Okay, we are in the menu in card. Here we have used that only when we remove the item from the card. At that time, like we have used that. Okay, so we have to use in many other operations. Like at that time, like we will get the exact amount of card, like the card items present in card will go to display the exact amount. Okay, exact number. Okay, exact number. Okay, so we'll move forward. So we have done here the remove part. Now we'll going to do the update part. Here in the design, you can see here update card button is there. Like when we want to increase the quantity or decrease the quantity, and we need to update the price, the total price. At that time, we need to implement the functionality. For that, on this button click event of update card. So let's do it. So in design part of card, that is where it is. Okay, let's close this, the default one. So we have here the design part, like this is for remove we have done. Now here this is for where that update part. Yeah, the below can see here we have done the continue shopping. Okay, it will go to take us the menu page. Now let's do it for update card. Okay, so the command name here is update card, so we're going to use this the command name. Okay, so in code behind page of the card, so we're going to use that. Now after this final block we're going to check for, okay, just out of it, press Ctrl Z. After this if condition, we're going to take another if condition, or you can take else if condition. Okay, it's up to you. If e dot command name is double equal to, update card, let's copy that from design page, copy, paste. So let's first here take one bool variable. Bool is card updated is equals to false. After that we'll take here for each a for loop in item is equals to, okay, we have taken here if we want int item is equals to 0 at initial, then we'll compare the item. If it is less than our card dot items dot count, and we're going to increment the item by 1 every time. So in this for loop, now we have to check first of all if the item, the cart item is of type item or is of type alternative item. So for we need to check that. So first of all our cart item dot items of item dot item type which is equal to list item type dot item, or we, we need to take here piping. Okay, then here our cut item dot item of type item dot item type, that is equal to list of list item type dot alternative item. If it is match, then if it is match, then we need to take here text box. Let's take here quantity, sorry, equals to our cart item dot items of type item dot find control. Okay. Hmm. We don't have here find control. Okay, we have to take here items, but by mistakenly it's taken item tag. So that's why we are getting error here for the find control. Now it should remove that error. Okay, let's take it again. Remove this dot find control. Now here we need to pass our ID of the text box that we have taken in design part. That is here for cart for the quantity, right? We have taken the text box. I think yeah, this one txt quantity copied, paste it here as text box. Enter. Now we will take here for hidden field. Right, we have taken three hidden field at the design page. The first we are going to take here for the product ID. Product ID is equals to our card item dot items of type item dot find control. In that we need to pass the ID, that is the first one. The first one is your HDN product ID. Copy, paste it here as hidden field. So let's copy this line and paste it one more time here. Now this is for like we're going to take here for quantity, HDN quantity, that is cart quantity. Copy, paste it here. Need to change here the ID. Quantity. Now after that we'll take here integer quantity from cart. We're going to convert it into integer in 32. Quantity dot text product ID equals to convert dot to in 32. Product ID dot text dot value actually, because we are getting that from hidden field. So hidden field like they have value, not a text. So after this product ID we are going to take one variable again, that is from, okay, let's type it manually. quantity from DB from database is equals to convert dot to in 32, and that value that is coming from that quantity, that is hidden field quantity dot value. Let's take here bool variable is true, set it as false at initial, print updated quantity is equals to 1. Now here we need to check if quantity from card is greater than quantity from DB, and then we need to set the value for updated quantity is equals to value from quantity from card. Now to set here is true value to true, else if quantity from card is less than quantity from DB, updated quantity is equals to quantity from card. Semicolon. Enter is true is equals to true, semicolon. Now after this else block, we need to check if the value of is true, okay, is true value contains true value. At that time control Z. At that time we need to check for update card quantity. So we have taken here, okay, let's take here one comment for understanding. Update card item quantity, card items quantity in database DB. So for that we have taken here variable is card updated is equals to utils dot update card quantity, and that we need to pass 3 parameters like we have created this function in previous video. So it takes 3 parameters. The first one is for this one, the quantity, okay, then product ID and the user ID. So first one, the quantity, that is updated quantity. updated quantity, comma, product id, that is product id, comma, user id, but we need to convert that user id into integer first. So convert dot to int 32, and that id is going to come from the session of the user id. So let's take it from here, copy, paste it here. So our if condition start from here. Okay, that means here before that end of if condition we need to call get cart items. Save it. Now we have done the update cart functionality here. Save it. We need to stop this and run it again. Let's log in. Now let's update the cart quantity of the first item. Let's make it 2. Click on update cart. So you can see now the page get refreshed and the quantity is now displays here 2, and the unit price of this item is 300 and the total price is 600 based on the quantity. So and based on that, like a total price also gets here, like a grand total price also gets updated. 600 plus 200 is equals to 800, right? So we can update this one also, make it 3 and update. Can see here now the price is 600. Let's decrease it and this one also, update cart. Now can see as per the price gets updated accordingly. Okay, now that means for this remove functionality, update cart functionality we have done. We have the only part is left, that is checkout functionality. We also do that in a moment. Just after this one, like we need to do this also, like we have written the function for it, like the card count, but still we not able to here like display it. For this, like we need to make changes in master page of the user module, and the page gets loaded in the browser at that time. From that moment, like we need to call this that function in that page. So this design code is in user master page. So in the code behind page of user master, we need to implement that functionality. Okay, we need to call that function. So go to Visual Studio, close this, go to master page, user master page, the code behind page. Solution Explorer, code behind page of user master. So here when the user gets logged in, at that time only we need to call that function and display that date card count item. Okay, otherwise we need to display 0 when the user is not logging. Okay, so here after this we're going to call that function. Okay, so for that we need to get the reference of that class also, right? So we need to create an object for that class. With that help of that object reference, we'll able to call function. So we are going to store that inside our session value, that is card count, right? Now here this equals to utils dot card count, this one, and here we need to pass the user ID for which user we are storing that or getting that card count, right? So first of all we need to convert that into integer format, and that we need to pass that is the session of user ID, but we need to take inside double quotes. Save it. Where we are getting error, this opening. So okay, so we have here one opening and closing, one opening and closing. Oh, because we are get here double quotes, we need to remove that. Okay, now we need to close this, the first bracket, then second bracket. Okay, then we need to convert to string. Okay, now when the user is not logged in, at that time we need to display the count to 0. So let's copy this session, copy, paste, is equals to 0, save it. But we need to display it here like this, 0, save it. Okay, now let's run and see. Close this previous tab. Now you can see users not logged in, at that time displays 0, the card count. Now let's log in and see. Displays here card count 2. Click on the card icon. Can see here two items is there. The first cheeseburger, the second one is cheese pizza, right? So it displays here two. Let's remove one of them. The first one. Okay. Now can see the card quantity here gets updated. Now only one we have only one item in cart, right? So here displays one. Now let's add a new one. Can see here the card quantity gets updated here too. Now suppose we want to add this item again, but from menu page, not from updating quantity from here. We want to like can see the quantity here is 1. Now let's add it again here from here. So the quantity this time it will going to update, that is 2. Let's see, can see here the quantity is 2. Okay, so everything is working properly. Okay, now only this part is left, that is checkout part, that also will going to see. Okay, so let's stop this. Close this. So in cart, after this if block we are going to use for checkout. If e dot command name is equals to checkout, that is in cart design page, where it is your copy, paste. If it is match, then let's take here bool is true, is equals to false. We can declare it this variable as global because we have already used this variable name inside this. I think is true. Yeah, yeah. So we can set this variable as global also. Okay, it's up to you. Now here let's take here another variable of string p, that is product name. First we're going to initialize as empty, string dot empty. Now after that we're going to check here item. We'll check here item quantity, how many quantity that item have. Okay, so for that we need to take here for loop in, and I think this for loop we have already taken, so we're going to copy from here this one. Okay, so where it's and here, so let's copy this whole for loop, copy, we're going to paste it here. Now we're going to check what we want and what we don't want. Okay, so here the condition will remain same, no need to change here. The same for this one also, item and alternative item. Now this time we don't want the text box, so we're going to remove this. We want the hidden field. Okay, so that is product ID. Your hidden quantity, that is cart quantity. Cart quantity. Then same will take one more for product quantity. Copy, paste, PRD quantity, that is product quantity. Same here, product quantity. Then we're going to take for label control, label, that is for product name, is equals to our cart item dot items of type item, find control. In that we need to pass the ID, that is LBL name. Okay, cross check the name in design page of cart. You can see here that is price, here name, LBL name. Copy, paste it here. Okay, so after this we need to set as label. That's it. Now need to change here this one, that is like for product ID, then cart quantity. Okay, so let's move this first one to product ID, that is coming from product ID value. Okay, then cart quantity, this one make it cart quantity, it's underscore cart quantity dot text, oh sorry, it's value. Need to change here cart quantity, save. Then product quantity, underscore product quantity dot value. Okay, now we don't want this one because we have already taken whole don't want this one also, so we'll go to remove this. So now here we're going to check for the condition. The first one, that is the product quantity. If it is less than to cart quantity, and double ampersand product quantity greater than 2. In that, we're going to remove this part. If to set only is 2 is equal to true. After that, in else part, we have to set that as false. We don't want this if condition here, only else. After this false, we'll take here product name, p name is equals to product name dot text dot to string. Then we need to take your break so that it should come out from the for loop. Cut this part from here. After this, we're going to paste that code, but here we don't want this one, so we're going to remove this part. Here we're going to take response dot redirect to payment page. Payment dot axpx. If it is true, okay, or else we want to display that label message. So we have already done that in some page. I think in menu page, yeah, in menu page we have done. So let's copy code from there. Here, copy, copy. And paste it here in else block. So we need to first make it visible to true, then item B, that is bold tag, single back, single quote, double quote, plus p name plus double quote, single quote. Now after that, we need to change your text is out of stock. And here we need to change here the class, that is warning. Save it. So what it will do here in the checkout part, it will first want to check the item quantity, how many quantity the item have in the cart. Okay, so it will going to get a value from the hidden field. That is the first one, product id, then cart quantity, then product quantity. How many quantity present in the product in the cart, and how much the quantity the actual product have. Okay, from in database. So and then product name. Okay, so based on that, like it will going to first convert it into integer, all that value. Then you need to compare that, if it is the product quantity and the cart quantity. If the quantity present in database, okay, that if it is greater than the quantity present in cart, and if the product quantity is greater than 2, at that time only we are going to set this true, which is for allowing to the payment page. Okay, we made here mistake for the payment okay. And if it is not, means if we have the quantity in the cart which is greater the quantity that the actual product have in database, so that's not be possible, right? So that's why you need to check here condition if the product quantity is greater than the cart quantity, and the product quantity should have minimum 2 quantity. Okay, if it is less then sorry, if it is greater than 2, then it will going to allow to take us to the payment page for the payment. Okay, if it is not, then it will make this false and will get the product name. Why we are getting the product name? Because means if it is it will not in stock, that item will not in stock. For that purpose we need to display the name of that product, which product is out of stock. So for that we are taking here in else part item, this product name is out of stock. Okay, so save it and run it, and let's see in browser. Let's log in. Let's add a breakpoint here on this item command, on this command name for checkout. Okay, let's click on checkout. Now press F10. Item count that we have, that is 2, right? Now let's come inside this for loop. First it will going to check if it is of type item or alternating item, then it will going to come inside this if condition. So here we're going to get the product ID. Okay, the product ID from here, the value will get the product ID. In product name we get the cheese pizza, that is the first item that we have in the cart. Now you can see here the product ID, that is okay, here product ID is 2. In cart we have 2 quantity for that, and in database we have 5 for that product. Okay, the quantity is 5 in database, and we are having the quantity in cart is 2. That means this if condition it will be true. Okay, so let's press F10. It will come inside this if block, and it will going to set the is true value to true. Then again it will going to come inside this for loop, and inside this if block it will going to check here the product ID for the second item, that is product ID 3, and the cart quantity is 2, and the product quantity is 20, that is greater than that cart item, right? So if it will go to come inside this if block, again this item will be set to true, and after that it will go to come out, and here now we know the is true value is true. If it is true, then it will take us to the payment page. Right now we don't have this payment page, so we're going to get an error because we don't have this payment page right now. It will going to try to take to a page which we don't have right now, so it will going to give us error here. uh, the resource cannot be found. This resource is not found. Okay, so let's go back here, continue. Now you can see for the first item we have only 5 item in that database, right? So let's update this one, 4 5 update card. Now price gets updated here. No, I don't think so. Let's update it again. Yeah, okay, continue. Now the price gets updated. Okay, now let's try to check out. This time it will go to display us message that this item is out of stock, because the total quantity this item having in database is left 5. Only 5 quantities left, and we are trying to buy that same amount of quantity here. So that's why it will not going to allow to that go to the payment page. It will, before that it's going to display that message, this item, this cheese pizza item is out of stock. So let's debug and see that. Click on checkout, F10. You can see the product ID is 2, card quantity is 5, and the product quantity that we have in database is 5, which is equal to, but here we have the condition it should be greater, right? So the condition here, if we hover on it, it says false, and here this one is true, but here we are using AND operator. That means the first one is false, second one is true, it will be false. Okay, both should be true, then this condition, if condition will be true, and then it will going to come inside this if block. But right now it is false, so it will go to execute the else part. Press F10. So this time this value is true is set to false, and we get here the product name. You can see here cheese pizza. Then we need to break, come out of this for loop. It came directly out of this. It didn't go for the second item, which is stored in the card, right? It comes for the first time in the card for the first item, that is cheese pizza, and without moving on the second item, it came out of that for loop. Now here this value is false, so it will not going to execute the if block. It will go to execute the else block. Press F10. Yeah. Now it will going to display the message in the label control that item, the item, the cheese pizza. It will go to highlight that in bold. Okay, we didn't close that. Okay, we didn't close the bold tag. We have opened here this bold tag. We didn't close that here. Okay, we need to close that also, so that it will go to highlight the name of the product is out of stock. Okay, continue. Can see here cheese pizza is out of stock. The whole text will get highlighted here because we have taken the bold tag as the initial but didn't close at the end. So we need to close here. It will go to display like this. Okay. So let's make changes here. Like I said, we need to close the bold tag, save it, or reload. Now refresh this page. Now check out. You can see here the cheese pizza. Okay, still it displaying the same. I think it's need to restart it. Means we need to close this and run it again. Then it will go to appear properly this message. Okay, and like this, like it will not allow us or customer to move to the checkout, like for the payment page, until unless we have to remove this item of the card, then only we are able to proceed to the payment page for buying other items. Okay, so let's remove this card quantity. Okay, continue, click on checkout. This time it will going to take to the payment page. Yeah, but we don't have this payment page right now. Okay, so in next video we're going to create that payment page, and we're going to implement the functionalities related to it. Okay, need to change this application name here, the fiend. Instead of fiend, we need to take here the foodie, as well as here. Okay, as well as here in the top, as well as here in the top, like we need to change the name. Okay, so let's open up Visual Studio, go to the master page, user master, the design part. So in the top here, where it is, see here, let's change it, foodie, copy, save. In head part, where we have taken the title, we need to change their title here, paste. Then at the bottom also we need to change, press control, and it will take us to the end line of this page. So here the footer, we have that, so we need to change that, it's here, change it to footy, save it. Can change other data, like displaying this message or data. Okay, save it, and let's update. Click on any other pages, it will going to open that page, means it will going to refresh the page. Okay, so we're going to see the updated data. Okay, click on continue here, then it will going to move forward, thus it will going to load your. Okay, now you can see here the application name is changed from P to foodie, as well as here at the bottom also we can check, yeah, it gets changed. Okay, so that's it for today. So we'll meet in the next video. Till then, bye, take care, thank you for watching.